issue right here, but as we see, it's a small slice of our pie over here, but it's getting a lot of noise, the film industry. A lot of attention to Michigan, but Governor, you said it hasn't brought a lot of tax revenue.
Yes, but as Diana Lewis reports, there is still a vocal group that claims you haven't given it a chance to prove itself. Let's take a listen.
For most of us, the film industry just brings glamour and a bit of excitement to our area. But we received emails from a lot of people who are counting on films to make a living. Tracy St. Germain is willing to work hard, but she's been unemployed for a year. She finally began to get some part-time work in one of Michigan's growing businesses.
Was slowly trying to make inroads into the film industry.
She was an extra on 2 episodes of Detroit 187 and was on the set of the movie Real Steel. Then she and other film industry hopefuls heard about Governor Snyder's plan to cut the incentives.
I was upset. Yeah.
So Tracy sat down and sent in a question to Governor Snyder. Her note mentioned the hope the film industry brought to young Michigan residents.
And it was keeping homes, dreams, and a cool new attractive industry to a depressed state. I think you're going to see a lot of young, talented people leave the state, for sure, absolutely.
So, Governor, it may not bring in a lot of money, but what about that cool factor? I mean, the rest of the country looks at Michigan and says, hey, there's a place I want to be.
Well, there's a lot of ways we can be a cool state, and that's getting our economy going, creating success. The film credit, in terms of the situation there, it has created some jobs. There's no doubt about that, but the question is at what price? The price is extremely high. If you took the study the Metro Visitors Bureau, in fact, did, if you followed to its conclusion, the state gets back about 28 cents on the dollar for every tax dollar we put out. So we're losing 70-some cents on the dollar in a very difficult budget situation. To contrast that with Pure Michigan brings in $2 to $3 for every dollar we spend. So it's really a situation of alternatives in other places, because if you said, what about those film credit dollars? Couldn't we be using those to deal with education or roads, all these other alternatives? So in many respects, it has created some jobs, but at a very high price and an unsustainable pace.
We do have to get to the break, but a lot of people have said even Detroit 187 pumped $650 million into our local economy. When people hear those big numbers, they get excited. They get excited about jobs, especially in the city of Detroit.
Well, there are a lot of jobs that were created, you know, through the film industry in the city of Detroit. There were several films that were created in Detroit, that were shot in Detroit, and I think you got to look beyond just the job creation in the film industry itself. A lot of offshoots. I mean, the restaurants, the bars, a lot of those people made money and got jobs because of the industry. So it's not a, once again, it's not a one shoe fits all, but you know, I do understand, once again, what he's trying to do.
We'll see if there's room for negotiation on this, because I know a lot of people are counting on a little leeway on this one. There are a lot of questions still.